It was a routine flight, just like any other. Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 was scheduled to fly from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, a journey that had been made countless times before. The date was March 8, 2014, a day that would soon be etched into history. The Boeing 777 took off as planned, lifting into the sky with the grace and power of modern aviation. On board were 227 passengers and 12 crew members, each with their own stories, dreams and destinations. Everything seemed normal. The passengers settled in, some reading, others sleeping, while the flight crew went about their duties with practiced ease. Then something strange happened. The plane vanished from radar screens, a sudden and inexplicable disappearance that left air traffic controllers baffled. It disappeared over the Gulf of Thailand, a vast expanse of water that would soon become the focus of an intense search. Air traffic control could not contact the pilots. Repeated attempts to reach the cockpit were met with silence. The world watched in disbelief. News of the missing flight spread rapidly, and people everywhere were left wondering what happened to MH370. This question has haunted investigators, families and the public ever since. The uncertainty and lack of closure have been a heavy burden for the loved ones of those on board. The disappearance of MH370 remains one of the biggest aviation mysteries of all time. Despite extensive search efforts, the plane's final resting place has never been conclusively identified. No definitive answers have been found. The search spanned vast areas of ocean involving numerous countries and advanced technology, yet the mystery endures. The incident shocked the world. It was a stark reminder of the unpredictability of life and the limits of our technological reach. It exposed the vulnerabilities of modern aviation, highlighting gaps in tracking and communication that many had not previously considered. The disappearance of MH370 is a tragedy, a profound loss felt by families and friends who continue to seek answers and closure. It is also a mystery that continues to fascinate and frustrate us. Theories abound, but none have provided a complete explanation. In the years since, countless theories have emerged. Some suggest mechanical failure, others point to human intervention, and still others propose more outlandish scenarios. We will explore these theories, examining the evidence and the reasoning behind each one. What could have caused such a sudden and complete disappearance? We will delve into the search efforts, looking at the technology used, the challenges faced, and the discoveries made along the way. We will examine the impact of this event on the aviation industry, on the families of the victims, and on the world at large. Join us as we try to understand the enigma of Flight MH370, a mystery that has captivated and confounded us for years. The Boeing 777 is a marvel of modern engineering. This aircraft represents the pinnacle of aviation technology, combining efficiency, power, and safety in a way that few other planes can match. It's a long-range, wide-body jet airliner designed to cover vast distances with ease. Its spacious design allows for more passengers and cargo, making it a favorite for international travel. It's known for its safety record and advanced technology. The cockpit is equipped with state-of-the-art avionics, ensuring that pilots have all the tools they need for a safe flight. The specific aircraft, operating as MH370, was relatively new, having been in service for just over a decade. It was delivered to Malaysia Airlines in 2002 and had since been a reliable part of their fleet. The plane had a clean safety record, with no major incidents or accidents reported. Regular maintenance checks ensured it was always in top condition. On that fateful day, MH370 was under the command of Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah. He was a seasoned pilot, well respected in the aviation community. He was a veteran pilot with over 18,000 flight hours. His extensive experience made him more than capable of handling the Boeing 777. He was accompanied by First Officer Farik Abdul Hamid, a young and promising pilot. The flight took off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport at 12:41 a.m. local time. The night was calm and everything seemed routine. It was scheduled to land in Beijing at 6:30 a.m. The route was well traveled and the weather conditions were favorable. The first leg of the journey was uneventful. Passengers settled in for the long flight and the crew went about their duties. The plane climbed to its cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. At this height, the aircraft was in its element, gliding smoothly through the night sky. It maintained a steady course towards Beijing. The flight path was clear and everything was proceeding as planned. Then at 1:19 a.m., the unthinkable happened. Without warning, the plane's transponder stopped transmitting. MH370's transponder, which transmits the plane's location, stopped working. This crucial piece of equipment is essential for tracking the aircraft's position. Air traffic controllers in Malaysia tried to contact the pilots. There was no response. Repeated attempts to establish communication were met with silence. The plane had vanished from radar screens. One moment it was there and the next it was gone. It was as if MH370 had simply disappeared into thin air. The sudden loss of contact left everyone baffled and concerned, marking the beginning of one of aviation's greatest mysteries. The disappearance of MH370 sparked a flurry of speculation. Theories ranged from the plausible to the outlandish. Experts and armchair detectives alike grappled with the mystery. What could have caused a technologically advanced plane to vanish without a trace? Four main theories emerged as the most likely explanations. 1. Technical failure. Could a catastrophic mechanical or electrical failure have led to the plane's demise? 2. Hijacking. Was MH370 the target of a deliberate act of terrorism or piracy? 3. Pilot suicide. Did one or both pilots intentionally crash the plane? 4. External factors. Could external factors such as a mid-air collision or extreme weather have played a role? Each theory has its own set of supporters and detractors. We will examine each of these theories in detail. We will explore the evidence and the arguments for and against each one. The theory of technical failure rests on the idea that a catastrophic malfunction occurred on board MH370. This theory suggests that something went terribly wrong with the aircraft's systems, leading to an uncontrollable situation. Proponents of this theory point to the sudden loss of communication and the plane's disappearance from radar. They argue that such an abrupt loss of contact indicates a severe technical issue that left the crew with no time to respond. They argue that a major electrical failure, a fire or some other catastrophic event could have incapacitated the crew and passengers. Such events could have led to the plane becoming uncontrollable and eventually crashing. A structural failure, such as a breakup of the aircraft mid-air, could have also led to the plane's demise. This could be due to a flaw in the aircraft's design or an unforeseen issue that caused the structure to fail. However, this theory has several weaknesses. Experts in aviation safety and engineering point out that modern aircraft are built to withstand a wide range of emergencies. Modern aircraft are designed with multiple redundancies. These redundancies are in place to ensure that if one system fails, others can take over to maintain control of the aircraft. A single point of failure should not result in a total loss of control. Pilots are trained to handle multiple failures and have procedures to follow in such events. Furthermore, no distress signal was sent from MH370. In the event of a serious technical failure, it is standard procedure for pilots to send out a distress signal to alert air traffic control and other aircraft in the vicinity. Pilots are trained to transmit a distress call in case of an emergency. The absence of such a call from MH370 raises questions about the technical failure theory. The lack of debris also casts doubt on the theory of a catastrophic failure. If the plane had broken up in mid-air, a large debris field would have been found relatively quickly. If MH370 had broken up in mid-air, a large debris field would have been found. The search efforts have been extensive, covering vast areas of the ocean. Despite extensive search efforts, only a few pieces of debris have been recovered. These pieces have been analyzed, but they do not provide conclusive evidence of a technical failure. These pieces do not provide conclusive evidence of a technical failure. The recovered debris has been scrutinized by experts, but no definitive cause has been identified. While technical failure cannot be entirely ruled out, it seems unlikely to be the sole explanation for MH370's disappearance. The mystery remains and the search for answers continues. The hijacking theory gained traction in the early days of the investigation. It was fueled by the lack of a distress call and the plane's deviation from its planned flight path. Some speculated that MH370 was hijacked by terrorists or pirates. They argued that the plane could have been flown to a remote location. However, there are several problems with this theory. No group claimed responsibility for the hijacking. This is unusual for terrorist organizations. They typically seek to publicize their actions. Furthermore, there is no evidence of any demands being made. The lack of a clear motive also weakens the hijacking theory. Who would hijack a plane and then fly it for hours without making any demands? The absence of a credible motive makes it difficult to believe that hijacking was the cause of MH370's disappearance.